What's up, everyone? My name is Drea, and welcome to a very opinionated review. So, right before the new year started, I and some friends decided to watch all of the Tinkerbell movies. I'd seen about 3 out of 5 of them, so I was really excited to see the two that I missed. Back when the movie was new, I knew that Tinkerbell and the Pirate Fairy had Tom Hiddleston in it, so I was really excited to see it. And what did I think? It's okay. That's all I can really say. It's not a bad movie, it's just not one of the better Tinkerbell movies. What I will say is that the character model for Zarina, the pirate fairy, is very weird. Like, from the very beginning of the movie, like, they put her next to some of the more doll like fairies, but she just looks very out of place. Like, maybe they modeled her too closely off of the person who voice acted her, which I don't know who that was. I'm not going to look it up. But yeah, overall, the movie was fine. It was actually really nice to get one of these movies that's not about Tinkerbell fucking up. I'd say give the movie a watch. You can watch Tinkerbell and the Pirate Fairy on Disney Plus, of course. So, like I said in the previous video, we were watching all the Tinkerbell movies, so of course we watched the final one, Tinkerbell and the Legend of the Never Beast. And this was easily the best Tinkerbell movie. I liked it so much that I don't even want to spoil it. It was so good in places that we all cried. This was another one that doesn't focus on Tinkerbell, but unlike the Pirate Fairy, I think it works a lot better. Also, the animation has never looked better. Definitely check this one out. If you just want to watch like the bare minimum of these movies, maybe watch like, I don't know, the third and the fifth movies, and also the first one. Actually, that's 3 out of 5, so you might as well just watch them all. They're very short. You can watch all 5 Tinkerbell movies on Disney Plus. Also, we did watch both Peter Pan movies, and it was very fun figuring out where the continuity was. Spoilers, they threw that shit out. What's up, everyone? I'm Drea, and welcome to another very opinionated review. So, I've been hearing nothing but bad things about Jurassic World Dominion. I missed seeing it in theaters, and I really wanted to see it. I, like most people, like 2.5 of these movies and was really excited to see how they followed up a movie that had some good ideas and some pathos, but kinda spoiled it with an ending that made us all cringe. And then the reviews came out. It currently has a 29% on Rotten Tomatoes, and some people are calling it the worst movie of 2022. So, while I was sick with COVID, I decided to just tuck in and watch it. I watched the whole movie. All throughout the movie, I was like, wow, this is fun. Can't wait to see how they mess this up. But that moment never came. I think Jurassic World Dominion is actually a pretty fun movie. It felt like I was watching the first one again. I mean, the first Jurassic World, not the first Jurassic Park. There's really no beating that. So, why were people hating it so much? I decided to look up a few reviews and find out why, and I think this is the opposite of what happened with the Suicide Squad. Everyone seems to hate this movie. Not just dislike it, they seem to hate it. They take it as an insult. But not me. I had a lot of fun with it. I thought the story was interesting, I liked most of the characters, and honestly, it felt like an organic way for the series to end. So for this, I'll say watch the movie for yourself. And you can watch the entire movie on Peacock. If you feel like having a Peacock account, I use my mom's. What's up, everyone? I'm Drea, and welcome to another very opinionated review. So, I've never watched a single episode of Love, Death, Robots of my own free will. When a new season comes out, I just happen to be over at my bestie's place, and we watch all of them. I don't pick those. But I also never complain. This series is great. If you haven't watched it, be cautious because it is very adult. I mean, it's called Love, Death, Robots. With quite the emphasis on the death part. Almost every episode will really stick with you. This is a series where every episode was created by a different person or team. They all tell different stories that span basically all genres. It's a really good watch. While I don't like all of the episodes, there are a good handful of them that are basically masterpieces. If you have a strong stomach for blood and death, you can watch all 35 episodes of Love, Death, Robots on Netflix. What's up, everyone? Welcome to another very opinionated review. Oh boy. So when Disney released their trailer for Disenchanted, I was hyped. When I saw that it was coming out super soon after they released that trailer, that was my first red flag. Oh boy, this movie kinda sucked. Like, really sucked. While Enchanted was them satirizing their own Disney tropes, Disenchanted was them satirizing Enchanted, but also like playing it straight. It was very confusing when it comes to the tone. I honestly don't know what to say. This was just not a good movie. It was stupid, mostly boring. They basically had nothing for Patrick Dempsey to do, just assassinated Giselle's character. And Morgan, well, actually, Morgan was fine, to be honest. Also, we get it, Idina. You can sing. Also, the new songs were not memorable, and most of the new characters either sucked or were just there. Yeah, I did not like it. But it have sparkles and nostalgia, so a lot of people did. Actually, that's unfair. I just don't like the movie. I know a lot of people who really like the movie and found the songs to be memorable, so more power to you, but I did not like it. Obviously, you can watch Disenchanted or its better prequel, Enchanted, on Disney Plus, if you want. What's up, everyone? My name's Drea, and welcome to another very opinionated review. So this was a few weeks back, but after weeks of bothering me about it, I did finally see Puss in Boots 2. The internet had kind of gone crazy about it, so I was curious about what the big deal was, but not curious enough to actually watch it. Well, through some very legal means, I did finally see the movie. It's fine. Honestly, I'm a bit confused why everyone went so crazy about it. I just see it as a solid kind of kids movie. It did have moments that surprised me, and I love Antonio Banderas, so I knew I was gonna like it. The characters are great, the music is amazing, and that ending is going to be my obsession for the next year. But I wouldn't call it a fantastic movie or even DreamWorks' best, as I've been hearing a lot of people say. It was just solid. I liked it fine, but I'll probably never see it again. I'm not sure if the movie is still in theaters, but I'm sure it'll be on Peacock soon, especially since all the Velma discourse lately has kind of killed its meme potential. Which, by the way, I've not seen Velma, nor will I be seeing or further mentioning that show. Hey everyone, my name is Dre, and welcome to another very opinionated review. So I've been meaning to watch Over the Moon for a while. I've even been listening to one of the songs on repeat for over a year. Why did it take me so long? It's on Netflix. I'm never on Netflix. But while I was over at my bestie's place, we were just scrolling, and I said I still hadn't seen the movie, and he immediately turned it on and said, "You are watching this right now." This movie is stunning, heartwarming, and just a fantastic time. I will say that if you thought that Turning Red was too stylized and silly, this is probably the movie for you. Also, if you love Turning Red, this is still the movie for you. Just everybody watch this movie. I love watching movies with Chinese traditions and family issues, and this was another great addition. Also, for you Hamilton fans, Philippa Sue plays a huge part in this, so look forward to that. Also, this is a musical. And yes, she does sing. It's spectacular. You can check out Over the Moon on Netflix. What's up, everyone? I'm Drea, and welcome to another very opinionated review. So, my birthday present to myself this year was going to my first anime movie of the year. On a cold January night, very late, I decided to take myself to see That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, the movie The Scarlet Bond. And I had a great time. I would have had a fantastic time if not for the 5 or so frat boys who sat right behind me and wouldn't shut the fuck up. That aside, the movie was great. It was more slime time, which I love. And I'm not going to spoil the movie. Not that I ever spoil anything on here. Especially because I'm pretty sure it's required viewing if you want to follow season 3. The movie takes place immediately after season 2, and I'm pretty sure there's a character that shows up in the movie who might be important in season 3, but don't quote me on that because I have not read the light novels and probably never will. Anyway, the movie was in theaters just last month, so I doubt it's going to be on Crunchyroll anytime super soon, but it'll definitely be on Crunchyroll eventually. And you should check it out when it does get on Crunchyroll. I broke. Bye! What's up, everyone? I'm Drea, and welcome to another very opinionated review. So I've been telling my brothers for several years that I would get caught up on Dragon Ball Super. And I kind of put it off. Why? Because I've left most of my shonen series behind, to be honest. Yes, I do watch the one-off episode of DBZ, and DBZ Abridged is in my YouTube rotation. But I haven't watched a full arc of Dragon Ball in years. But I made them a promise that I would get caught up on all 131 episodes by Thanksgiving of last year, and I actually did. Let me tell you guys, I had the time of my life. Look, I watch a lot of anime, mostly new stuff, and nothing compares to Dragon Ball. I thought I wouldn't like Super because I heard a lot of people saying that it just seemed past its prime, but I loved it. There's nothing quite like Dragon Ball Super. This series had me, the slice of life queen, the isekai addict, shouting like I was watching a football game. It was great. I haven't had that much fun watching an anime in years. Now, that's not to say that Dragon Ball Super isn't silly, because it is. And it embraces it. I watched a 48-minute fight spread over 33 extremely dialogue-heavy episodes. You can't get more ridiculous than that. But all that time, I just felt like I was sitting on my living room floor watching Dragon Ball with my siblings again. It was fantastic. As someone who tends to take anime very seriously, it was great to finally just have some fun. Thanks to my brothers for finally bullying me into actually getting through the series. You can watch all of Dragon Ball Super at the time of me writing this on Hulu dubbed and Crunchyroll subbed. That may have changed, but who knows? I'm not going to look it up again. For the record, I watched it dubbed simply because I'm used to it and it was easier and I watched a lot while I was working. Whatever, fight me. I still like it. Welcome back to a very opinionated review. So after proclaiming my love for Dragon Ball Super, you would think that I would be super excited to see Dragon Ball Super Broly, which I was. However, I did not like the movie. Not only do I think it lacked plot, but it basically just turned everything into a Dragon Ball version of Superman, which I know, yes, was the idea, but it wasn't so blatant before. I liked Broly as a character, and I did like his new friends, but everything else was just so mid. The whole movie just seemed to lack purpose, aside from nostalgia. The whole movie just seemed like some really blatant fan service, and I really didn't care for it. Also, I am not a fan of the animation. It seemed rushed in many places, and the character models just seemed off. Not first arc of Super off, but off in like they were made by someone who just vaguely knew what the characters looked like. And also, just something was off with how the characters moved, especially in the fight scenes. Speaking of which, I think the huge fight is a big mess. The fight is most of the movie, which would be fine, but it's an issue with the way it was animated. Everything kept moving like it was afraid to lose our attention. Also, the CGI made it look like it was one of the fights from like a video game, like a cutscene from Xenoverse or Fighter Z. And honestly, the CGI just kind of looked off throughout the whole movie, especially those ships. Like, go back and look at them. They look pretty bad. It's like initial D bad. I feel bad for not liking this movie, but I just have to be honest here. I did not like it. I'll stick with Bardock, the father of Goku, and Broly, the legendary Super Saiyan from now on. Those are canon still in my heart. If you want to watch this movie, you can find it streaming somewhere. I think it might be on Hulu, but don't quote me on that. I'm not gonna look it up because I just don't want to look at the movie again. Yeah. Welcome to another opinionated review. So you would think after bashing Dragon Ball Super Broly that I would absolutely hate Dragon Ball Super Superhero, which is a dumb name, by the way. But no, I actually had a lot of fun watching the movie. Not as much fun as Dragon Ball Super proper, but way more fun than Broly, which actively made me angry halfway through. What I really enjoyed about the movie was the focus on Piccolo, who is kind of my secret fave. For those wondering, my favorite fighters go Trunks, Vegeta, Android 18, and Piccolo. So seeing that this movie gives him a lot of focus is really nice. Honestly, Piccolo really gets to shine in a lot of the movies. I love that for him. Also, the story they were telling was just very interesting. Really enjoyed most of the new characters, and I don't care if this is a spoiler or not, I'm glad they fixed Trunks' hair. It was one of the big distractions for me in Super, and I'm glad we just have just a little bit of continuity. Honestly, I'm really looking forward to the next season of Dragon Ball Super because I don't ever want Dragon Ball to leave my life again. However, I do hope they switch back to traditional animation. I'm just not a fan of the CGI thing for Dragon Ball specifically. I just think it makes it look too much like the video games. If I wanted to look at the video games, I'd play the video games, which I still need to go back to Xenoverse, but I keep playing Sims. Though in this most recent movie, I did get used to the animation because they actually did slow it down, unlike Broly. But moving forward, I just don't want to be like, why does this look like that the whole time? It's just takes me out of it. But I know I'm in the minority on that. Either way, I will be happy when we get more Dragon Ball Super. Dragon Ball Super Superhero, God, that name, is not streaming yet, but, you know, internet's gonna internet. I saw it in English, by the way. You know that's not available.